Hello students, this is chapter 2 of Geography, Physical Features of India. In this chapter, we will learn about the physical features present in India. What do you mean by the physical features? Physical features means भौगोलिक स्थिति भारत की एक ओर अपन को प्लेन लैंड दिखते हैं, समुद्र दिखता है, प्लेटू दिखता है और आइलैंड्स दिखते हैं। तो इस चैप्टर में अपन देखेंगे हाउ these features exist in India in different locations. We shall study these things in details in second video. This is the first video of this chapter. Let we understand some geographical words useful in this chapter. Our country major physical features of the earth are mountains, plains, deserts, plateaus, islands. Mountains are the hilly areas raised above the plainlands. Plainlands are the plain areas. Deserts where we see sand on earth. Plateau is a top flat area long in size and shape, and islands are those areas which is covered by the water bodies from all the sides, like Sri Lanka, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and Lakshadweep Islands in southern part of India. In these features, we see the different geographical areas and different land mass in these places. For example, mountains. It is the land which is not easy to live. Plain area is the most suitable part where people used to live because of the easy convenience of movement from one place to another place. Desert are those areas where water is not easily available, and plateaus are those areas where land is above or elevated area from the other part of the geographical area. Now we see the different types of rocks because earth is made up of rocks, and the soil which we see on the land is the deformed part of rocks. We know we know in our previous classes that rocks are of three types: igneous rock, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. In these three types of rocks, we know igneous rocks are the most hard rocks, after that sedimentary rocks, and then metamorphic rocks. These rocks are interconvertible. They are changing from one form to another on the earth, and in this due process they are converted into soil and clay and other types of the minerals. In this slide we come to know the formation of physical features. Scientists around the world have believed some theories based on evidences. They come to the consensus that this formation of physical features based on some physical happening. These happenings are weathering, erosion, and depositions. On that basis, they come to the conclusion, one of the most important conclusion they come from, that theory of plate tectonics. According to this theory, the crust, the upper part of the earth, has been formed out of several major and some minor plates. There are seven major and some minor plates. The movement of plates, this movement of plates results into a different formation, and these different formations changes the physical features of earth. and these are happening because of the movement in the tectonic plates result into the different shapes like folding, faulting, and volcanic activities. These plates movement are classified into three types. The first is convergent, second type of plates movement is called divergent, and the third one is transform. Let me try to understand the difference between convergent, divergent, and transform movement of the plate. In convergent, the boundaries uh, moves our plate moves towards each other. Some plates move away from each other and form divergent boundaries. This is second class. And the last one is transform, where the boundaries of plates moving away each other. See in the picture, this is convergent boundary where the arrows crossing each other. The movements of the plates is shown in this figure. Now we see in the first picture the arrow are moving away. This type of the movement is called divergent boundary, where the plates moving away from each other. In convergent, we already know they are moving ahead, moving towards each other. This type of the movement, when the mountains like features arises on the landform. In this form, one plate goes up to another plate and one moves downwards. Such movement of the plates rises the land and mountain like features we can see on earth through these plate movements. These movements actually responsible for the features like mountains. Our Himalaya in the northern India is the result of this type of plate movements. Second type of the movement is divergent movement, when plates move apart. For example, Gondwana land included India, Australia, South Africa, North America as one single landmass in ancient time. But as the time went by, these different landforms are originated from the one oldest landmass, that is Gondwana land. So we see these three types of boundaries, plate movements. First is divergent, when they move apart. Second one is convergent, when they move towards each other. And the third one is transform, when they moves away from one another. And these movements are basically responsible for the formation of physical features on earth. In this last slide, we see the dramatical representation of the different movements of the plate: divergent, convergent, and transform. These are the three movements of the plate. In next video, we shall learn the different major physiographical divisions: the Himalaya mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, the islands. These different physiographical divisions are found in Indian subcontinent. India, in northern side we see Himalaya, northern plains like UP and Bihar. These are come in the northern plains. Peninsular areas are those areas which is covered by three sides by water. Indian desert in Rajasthan, and coastal areas the southern part of India. And despite that, we have islands like Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Island. We see all these things in next video, the second part of this video.